Okay, so yeah, let's get started. So, Nick, welcome to another chat of ours. I know we've been doing this quite a bit, and thank you very much for joining me and willing to share some of your stories around how you've been looking after yourself.
Struggled without that. But I must tell you, Brett, if I hadn't had this exercise and if I hadn't taken exercise, I would be a far more stressful person or in a stressed state than I am at the moment. I'm really relaxed. As long as I can get my exercise in, it helps me. Then I can read a book, or I can, watch some TV, or, help my wife with the washing up and doing some cooking of some meals. But I'm pretty relaxed. But if I don't exercise, I get really, I get stressed, and it affects my mood. So I'm very relieved that we're now allowed between 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. We're allowed to go and exercise. Obviously, no more than 5 kilometers from your. But that's perfect. I mean, you can walk out 5, walk back 5, and that's 10 kilometers. You've virtually done for the day. So, very happy about that.
Well, I mean, that is great. I have heard from you specifically how it's been affecting your anxiety. I mean, we all know what you've been through in the last 3 or 4 years and the amounts of stress. So, have you felt that exercise, what else has helped you then with your stress? I mean, if exercise helps you with that, what else have you been doing just to...
Well, I think, well, obviously, when I'm around, I come and visit you every, twice a month at least. And I think that has really helped, because I've had previous rugby injuries, neck contusions and lower back injuries. And just to be aligned properly, it helps you sleep well. It helps you relax. You aren't getting that same stiff neck, the same pain in your neck, which is debilitating as well. Making sure that I have a regular visit to a chiropractor, eating a little bit more carefully than I used to. All those things help. Controlled way.
So you okay. Now, one of the things you also spoke about, and I mean, we've been working since the days you were in Italy. What is that, 10 or 12 years ago?
Yeah. I got back in 2011, 2012, I think I came back, and I told you, I remember visiting you and saying there was a chiropractor who was actually assisting the Italian rugby side. They believed very strongly in having a chiropractor help them out. You can imagine after every session, their guys need an adjustment and to be realigned, especially hitting rucks and getting tackled, etc. So, but I had a neck issue that he couldn't solve, and I remember saying to you the first time, no one's moved my neck for the last 4 years, and you managed to. So that was it was a great help.
Okay, now so another thing. So since then, you've also managed to get flu a lot less.
Yeah, that was the strange thing. When I was regularly seeing, because I was up in Joburg for a while, and you'd put me on to a good guy up there, who I saw quite regularly. So between Knysna and Joburg, I was seeing a chiropractor at least twice a month. And for about 3 years, I went through all winters without catching flu. It certainly made me look forward to being in a situation where I could get regularly adjusted, just to make sure that my immune system was a bit stronger.
So, I mean, it's clear then that you've been getting less infected. So obviously, as a host, your body is far more resilient to whatever comes its way.
Yeah, I would say so.
So, and then from an executive performance point of view, when you're working with Supersport, and I know that you have a few other things that you do, talking appearances, from an executive perspective, and I'm talking about brain function, how has your health and your wellness really impacted your ability to cope with those stressful situations?
Yeah, it makes a hell of a difference. If you and I must admit that that being fit and healthy helps you if you are, I mean, even just watching a test match and watching the Springboks play, and it just helps if you're feeling better, if you're feeling 100%, you're more balanced. You're more balanced about the way in which you look at it. You're more balanced about a win as well as you are about the team losing, and I think that helps as well in terms of how you analyze the game afterwards. That you can take you can find those moments that were key moments in the game that made the difference. You have an ability to see the picture better if you are feeling healthy, I think.
So it's great to hear from you that your executive function and the way that you're thinking and just how your whole body mind is functioning to enable you to be performing and doing your best from that point of view. So that's, it's good to hear.
Well, it does. Obviously it's something you're really passionate about, and you can get, if you're not feeling well, if you're feeling a bit sick and you haven't slept well, and your back is stiff, your neck is stiff, you're sore, and the Springboks lose, I mean, you're just much more angry, aren't you? If you're feeling as though you're feeling well and you're feeling on top of your game yourself individually, and the Springboks lose, you're a little bit less. Perhaps you don't criticize quite as severely as you would do if you're not in a good space yourself mentally.
Well, the whole point is if your body, because you can't really separate the body and the mind. If your body's in defense physiology, you're going to be seeing things in completely different ways. If you're stressed, you see things completely differently. So it's really
So she was really, really happy about that. That was just sleeping badly, having perhaps a pillow in the wrong place, had a bit of a crick in her neck, and you managed to sort that out. I mean, it was fantastic. She's really was very, very great. She couldn't believe it. She was almost like a miracle worker, because it was so painful. She couldn't get it away from her side or lift it at all, and so that just shows the if you get the right spot and you get it all back in line, and the nerve isn't under pressure or pinched, it can make a huge difference. And funny enough, that it being in pain, being in constant pain, is very debilitating. If you constantly got a sore neck or a sore lower back or a sore shoulder, it is very, very debilitating. And if you can avoid it or have it seen to, or make sure that it doesn't happen by going regularly for an adjustment, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Well, Nick, that's amazing. Thank you so much for all your time and effort. And besides really enjoying your passion on the TV, I just wanted to say it's if I can live to be strong and healthy and sharp like you at your age, and then we can see if we can step up the level and get to 92 like your mom, it'll be a real thing. So thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
And all the best.
It's a real pleasure. Yeah, you keep well. Thanks a lot.
You too.